These are 5 of the best tips that someone can give you in order to build muscle. Let's go. Now, when it comes to building muscle, there are a lot of things that are going on, right? There's the things that happens inside the gym, and there are things that happen outside of the gym. And I'm going to be mentioning a few from each side so you guys can incorporate it into your daily routines and you can see the results fast. I got 5 tips I'm going to give you guys that I've gathered over the years of training, okay? That are going to help you guys get the results faster, at a faster rate than I did when I was starting off. So let's start off with the number 1, with the strength progression. Strength progression is very important because that's the first way that you will actually see results. When you go into the gym on a specific lift and you focus on strength progression, hypertrophy is inevitable. So when you're training and you aiming for strength progression, let's say that you're incorporating, you're adding between 5 to 10 pounds to the lift every workout once you dominate it, you are putting yourself in a position where that muscle needs to progress and needs to grow in order to maintain that kind of stress or that kind of tension that you're putting it into inside the gym. So that's very, very important. Now, as I mentioned before, this is very important that you guys keep in mind that you can't go ham or go overboard adding weight and more weight and more weight if you haven't dominated the previous lift that you were doing. If you're doing 225 on the bench press and you are only gaining, I don't know, 4 reps, and you're not supposed to increase once you hit until you reach the 6th rep, then don't keep increasing the weight just because you have a few reps under your belt. Stick to the program, get those 6 reps. Once you dominate those 6 reps, then incorporate it again. That is just an example, okay? So that's the first tip. Number 2, protein intake. Now remember, protein is the essential blocks for building the muscle. Whenever you work out, those 48 hours after your training, it's where protein synthesis is occurring. Protein synthesis just means that you're repairing that muscle and you're growing that muscle. Without protein, there is no growing of that muscle. So that is very, very important that you guys keep track and keep that in mind. Now, how much? You should be aiming anywhere from 0.8 grams all the way to 1.2 grams of protein every single day. So if you're 200 pounds, you should be aiming to get anywhere, this is just a rough estimate, 180 grams to 220 grams of protein every single day. So that is very, very important. The tip number 3 is going to be sleep. When it comes to sleeping, very, very important. You should be aiming or shooting to sleep 8 hours a day. 8 hours every single day. I know that is tough because people have to go to school. People have to have responsibilities, have jobs, and have families and all that stuff that actually consume time. You know, if you can find a way to maximize your sleep, it's going to greatly benefit you on the long run, where you're gonna see the results faster. Because remember, when you sleep, all those hormones are being released. The hormones responsible for that muscle to be repaired and for that muscle, all of that happens during your REM sleep. So if you're depriving yourself from sleeping, you're only limiting the amount of results that you can actually see in the gym. It doesn't make any sense that you put all the effort into your gym, right? And all the effort in the kitchen if you're going to limit the results by limiting the amount of hours you're sleeping every single day. So keep that in mind. That is very important. Tip number 4, stretch after your workouts. I don't see this enough. People are not stretching after a workout. Whenever you're working out, you're contracting that muscle and contracting that muscle and contracting that muscle. Whenever you're contracting that muscle, you're shortening that muscle, right? So after 1 hour, 1 hour and a half of workout, that muscle is very tense, is very contracted, it's very shortened. When you're stretching, that's when you're elongating that muscle again. It's only going to aid in recovery. You know, that's very, very important. It's going to accelerate the recovery process so that you can actually hit that muscle group again early on if you want that muscle to grow. Maybe some people have lacking body parts, for example. When I was starting off, my chest was the one that was lacking. So I started doing it 2 to 3 times a week, and I had to incorporate all this stuff. I had to incorporate foam rolling, I had to incorporate stretching, I had to incorporate deep tissue massage, all that stuff so that muscle can actually repair faster and I can hit it again. Whenever I'm talking to my clients, which by the way, if any of you guys are interested, I got one-on-one coaching calls. Link in the description. Everything is over there. All the details and all that stuff is in the description. When I'm talking to my clients, that's the first thing that I actually mention. Recovery time is very, very important in order to attack that muscle again. So that's the 4th tip, stretching after a workout. And the 5th and final one, be consistent. If you're not consistent, you will not see the results. And this applies to everything else in life. We're not just talking about the gym. If you're trying to build a business, if you're trying to build a family, if you're trying to get better with women, anything that you're trying to get better at, you need to be consistent. It's the only way. We are human beings. We will make mistakes. And the only way to get past those mistakes is to continue to try and get better every single time. So consistency is very key, okay? You got those 5 tips I've given you. I've gathered all this over the years. But if you incorporate it into your daily routines, into your schedules, I promise you will see great results. Follow me on all social media platforms. I will see you guys in the next video. Boom! And if you want to learn how to build muscle, lose fat, stay healthy, consider watching the following videos. Make sure to subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you on the next video.